Hey y'all, it's Haley, aka Nary, and so I thought I would do like a video to share my concert experience because I tweeted it and stuff, and I feel like I sound really weird and like trying to explain it, so I feel like I sound better like explaining it. This is all one take too, so if I sound weird or like repeat myself, I'm sorry. I'm weird. Okay, so I get to Nashville on like a Tuesday. And because I live in a place called Knoxville, Tennessee. If you know where that is, good for you. If you don't, shame on you. I'm freaking tourist area of the world in Tennessee, like Nashville, Knoxville. I have Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, so yeah. Okay, but that was off track. I get there Tuesday night with one of my friends, and we end up going. We end up spending the night at my aunt's house. My cousin's house, because she lives in Nashville and she lives like 5 minutes from downtown. And so we end up going to sleep and we end up getting up early. And so I end up going because I was like, I should find 5 Seconds Summer because if One Direction is here tomorrow, the next day, I can go just do a manhunt for them. But they didn't. Shame on them. Should have stayed in Nashville or gone to Dollywood in Knoxville. Could have. You did it. Okay. But so we ended up getting up early and we kind of ended up like leaving later than we thought we would because my phone was being blown up by the whole Twitter world because I was like, I'm an update account for that day. I was like, I can run my own on my Twitter. But then like we ended up going to 5 Seconds Summer's hotel that we all thought they were staying at. And so I feel like I was really awkward, and I'm sorry if I was towards any of y'all, because I'm just kind of awkward, but I'm not. It's really weird, and I'm really like, ooh, all the time. So sorry if I was weird. But I ended up meeting the girls who are in five SOS girls, and I ended up meeting Lauren underscore Alexis 7, and we kind of all like were waiting there and we all were talking and stuff, and like they never came, and we're like, crap. So we went like on a manhunt, and so we kind of like all went our separate ways, and it's like, well, we'll meet up with each other later. And yeah, so then me and my friend ended up going to walking downtown, and so we ended up being there, and like we decided that we need food, which we should never need food when we're on a manhunt. I'm never gonna go get food again when I go look for people. I will go like during the arena before the concert because we literally were like, okay, go get food. And so we literally like, I passed the girl Harry gets a picture with 5 minutes later. I was right next to the store where Harry was at. I saw 3 tinted vehicles and a police escort. We should have stayed down there. And then 5 Seconds Summer tweeted that picture. I like missed them all, and I was so mad. And so I end up like running around, like we end up running around looking for him, and we can't find him. So then I was like, let's go backstage door because that'd be a good place because we saw these girls and we kind of ended up meeting up with them. And I'm sorry, I don't know which ones you were and your Twitter names, but we end up like over them, and we just end up going backstage, and so the backstage door, and so I end up meeting Angie's Not on Fire, and because we were talking before and we were like, we need to meet, and so I ended up meeting her, and I was like, hey, I know you can share a penguin for Luke, and I don't even know if he got it. I'm mad. But before that, they and 5 Seconds Summer end up meeting 5 SOS girls, 5 Seconds Summer girls, and they were like, we hope you meet them and stuff, and I was like, I'm freaking depressed right now. So I end up going to that back door and, having met Angie, and then I end up meeting Jordan, who is like Jordan from So Turn Right, and she's legit too. And so then I end up kind of hanging out with them, and I'm waiting for Harry, obviously, and Beeb Adorable, who is Victoria and Kristen, and I was kind of like waiting for them because I had Victoria's ticket, and me and Beeb Adorable were gonna go try to sneak on the floor together. And so I end up just kind of chilling there, and I was so freaking depressed. Like, I was like, I'm never gonna meet 5 Seconds Summer or One Direction or Niall because he's my favorite, and I was freaking depressed. Like, I was so upset, and I was like texting my mom before like my phone died. My phone dies like before the concert because I couldn't get crap on my phone or pictures, and so I end up like being freaking depressed and like texting my mom. I was like, it's like hitting me. I'm never gonna be noticed by them, or meet them, or any crap, and like they're never gonna notice me as a person. And I was like literally, I was like, I kind of accepted the fact like I'm never gonna meet him, but I was like, I just want to be noticed by him. Like, oh, she's human and real. So like I end up meeting up with Victoria, and we end up going to our seat, which I had seat 303 W. No, it was not W. It was row R, and it was freaking horrible. Like, you would go out there, and like it was like, here's your seat. You can't see the like jumbotron or anything. So I was really upset. I play with my hair a lot. Sorry. I was just really upset and really mad, and I was like, these are crap. So I ended up going to walk around with Kristen and her friend Jordan, who's really cool too, and I love her dearly, and I love Kristen dearly. And so I end up like walking around with them, and I ended up going to their seats. So she's like, well, we don't think anyone bought these seats next to us, so I was gonna just go sit with her. And so I end up going with them, and we end up walking around for a while, and then we came back, and there's 2 people who were sitting in the seats, and we were like, no, we're so sad. And so we end up walking down to where it was like a glass thing because it's hockey, and then the front row seats there. And so we end up walking down there, and so we walk down there, and we just sit there, and we're like, I don't think anyone's sitting there. And so we end up like sitting there, and it's in 101, so it's like right where the thing, and we're like, oh, the boys are gonna fly this way. Oh, cool, yay. And so we'll see them. We didn't realize something. So 5 Seconds Summer come on, and they're freaking amazing. I've been a fan of them since I heard Luke start, like, he was by himself, and hear him sing what was it? A Drop in the Ocean by Ron Pope, and I love that song anyway, so I was like freaking out. And so I was like freaking out, and so I was like, I love them so much. And so they were on, and they were freaking amazing. And so we're sitting there, and like we go get drinks because we're all like dying of heat strokes already. And so we go get something to drink, and we come back, and me and Jordan end up sitting by each other, and the single ladies come on, and like we start dancing and stuff, and it was probably the funniest thing ever. I was like, we are like the same person. It was pretty fun. And so then the concert starts, and that One Direction comes on, and I was like, me and Jordan are like having a heart attack because we both love Niall, and so we're like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful, and like freaking out and stuff. And so we were like a mess. We were like dancing so much, and like we were like us cracking up. And so I see this guy sitting down, and I was the only one who recognized it from like the people who I was sitting with. And so I end up like, I was like, guys, I was like in my head, I was like, hot crap, you are fine. And I was like, I wonder who that is, because I was like, oh, there's famous people here and stuff probably. And so I end up realizing it's Luke from 5 Seconds of Summer, and I end up like freaking out, and I like go, Jordan, that's Luke from 5 Seconds of Summer, and we like freak out. And so we start yelling, and we're like, Luke, Luke, and we kept yelling at him, and he took forever to, oh my gosh, he kept turning his head like sideways like that, and we're like, we know you see us out the corner of your eye, turn your head around, like your body around. And so he finally does, and like stares at us and smiles, and we're like waving at him like crazy for a long time. He like smiles and waves at us, and me and Jordan were like, cracking, like dying. And so we were like, he's so cute. And so then they end up like flying guys like come closer. And so we end up like, okay, so they sing like, One Way or Another and Teenage Kicks. And so they did Twitter questions, and I was like, they're not gonna pick mine. Like, I was like, Luke's probably the only thing that's gonna happen tonight. And so, they end up. And I was like, I like this Twitter question, and I go, and I'm not in my seat, which is the thing. And so, Niall ends up reading my Twitter question, and he's trying to do a southern accent, and I say y'all a lot, so I'm like, holy crap. And then I say, guys, I was like, that's me! And I start freaking out and stuff. And so the girls behind, we had like a couple girls behind me, and they like, that's you? And I was like, that's me! And so we all start freaking out like, I recently met, Helen GWMS from Twitter, and she was there, and she was like a row, not the right behind us, but another row, and she's like, her friend and her were like, that's you, and I was like, yeah, that's me, and so we're all like yelling at them, being like, that's me, I'm not in my seat, but don't tell, that's me, and so I like start screaming, and so I realized like Louis and Liam realized it's me, and I didn't realize that, and Helen told me that, I think that's how you say your name. I hope it is, because I'm sorry if I messed it up. But she ends up telling me that Niall ends up staring at me and like was smiling, and like I think they like knew it was me because we were all freaking out, and I was like, that's me, that's me. I was like, you probably know because I look like crap. Right? I was like, I'm freaking out. I was like, I hope they creeped on my Twitter know what I look like because that is me. And so Niall ends up like, she says like Niall ends up staring at me the whole time, and I thought it was only Liam. And we realized it was me because they saw me and like freaking out. And so I was like, that's me. And so I think they realized, and she said Niall probably did. And so she said like he was staring at me, and I was like croaking over because he's like really cute and stuff and beautiful, and yeah. And so I was like freaking out because that's me. And so I was like, they better realize that was me. And so I was like croaking over, and I was like dying. I was like, this is the most beautiful thing ever. And he kept saying, he goes, Nary, Nary, Nary. And he said it like, I swear he said it like 100 times. Because it was how he said it is exactly how I say it. I always go, pause. And then I go, Nary. So I'm like, Nary. Because I was like, Nary's my favorite, so. And so I was like freaking out and dying the whole time. And then like they get on their platform, and I think they sang Last First Kiss, and I was like, I love this song, so I'm like singing like real crazy and stuff with Jordan, and I was like, they're flying closer to us, and so they end up getting like, I was like, they are like right in my face, but like above you, so you're like, and so me and Jordan were like freaking out, and so we were like everyone around us was like waving and stuff, and Niall's like dead eyeballing me, and I know he is because I was like, you know, when you feel someone staring at you, and I was like, Niall's staring at me, and he sang to me, and so I was like dying, but for like I didn't realize it till later, and till later on when in the song after me and Jordan like made direct eye contact with Harry, and we like waved at him, and he waved back to us, and like I grabbed Jordan, I go, Harry just waved at us, and we screamed, like we like had an issue, like a moment rather than, and Harry starts cracking up at us, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful moment, and so I was like dying, and then I ended up looking over at Niall, and I was just like staring at him the whole time, and I was like, you're beautiful, and he like ends up staring at me, and I'm not even kidding, like the image of him staring at me is like permanently stuck in my brain, and like I can't get over it because he was like doing his like little smile he does and like squinting his eyes, and he was like staring at me, and I was like, I'm dying, like I will never, like I can't even read anything anymore about him, or because I cannot, because it's like I'm dying right now. And so I was like, he's beautiful, and I was dying and croaking over, and I was like, you're staring at me. I was like, you pretty much want me right now, don't you? Because I want you as bad as you want me. So I was like, Niall wants me. Just putting it out there. Let's hope he does. Because I'm sorry, I'm a little weird. But yeah, I was like, he wants me. Get at me. I'm the same age as you. Just kidding, I'm a couple months older than you. But I like freak out, and so they're like going away, and we're like, don't leave us. And so me and Jordan ended up like going crazy and stuff, and I guess, guys, it's so Michael came out before with Luke, and he didn't wave at me, and I was really upset. And he didn't turn around. I was really, really upset because I love Michael. And then Ashton ends up coming out, and I start like freaking out because I love Ashton too. And so I was like, Ashton! And so me and Jordan, I thought it didn't take us as long to get a hold of Ashton, as long as it didn't take us to get basically get him to realize that we're yelling at him, as long as it took us to get Luke to turn around. And so we go, Ashton! And he does this like cute smile and wave, and I'm like, dying. And so he like turns around, and then we get him attention again because someone wanted to see him, and we like yell at him, and he turns around and waves and smiles at us again, like the cutest like smile and wave ever. I was like dying, and he kept turning around and looking at us because we were like total spaz dancing, and I was like, you're really beautiful in person. So pretty much I love the concert. It's great. I shocked I didn't cry because I was like really like depressed before. I think that was like, I don't cry during concerts. I sound horrible. I love One Direction though. Like, I don't know, I just really love their music, and everyone's like, you're obsessed. I'm like, no, I just really love their music, and I think they're like great guys, and I think they're really cool, and I think it's cool that they're my age because I am probably like I'm one of the older girls in the fandom, I guess, and I feel like a bigger sister to everyone because I'm 20 and y'all are like 17, 16, 15, and 18, and I'm like, all at being 20. So yeah, I think like it was a great concert experience, and I loved every minute of it, and I loved everyone who I met, and I'm really upset that I didn't meet a lot more people who I was friends with on Twitter. My phone died, and I would have met up with so many of you. Like, I'm really upset that I didn't meet up with a lot of you. And so, yeah, I was upset at that, but hopefully One Direction will come back and have like a signing, and I'm going by myself next time, and I'm gonna get freaking B seats, and I've talked to everyone around me, so I loved everyone in our section because thanks to them, they helped me get noticed by Niall, Liam, and Louie, like that I was Nary, so yeah. And just thanks to everyone for congratulating me on my Twitter question. That was so sweet. And thanks to everyone who follows me because y'all are legit, and sorry I'm weird and I tweet random crap. And yeah, just really excited, and I'm hoping One Direction will come back in 5 Seconds of Summer because I love them. Heck yeah, rocking the shirt today. I went to the movies in this. I rocked it. I got my cousin to like them now, so I'm really proud of that. But yeah, I was just like blown away because I love One Direction, and I just want to tell them thank you for everything they've done, and thank you for like, sometimes I don't think they realize like how much they've done for a lot of us, because I do like see all of it and you guys tell me. So I mean, y'all tell me what they do, and like they kind of like brought me some of my closest friends. Like, I know I can go to y'all for anything, and just yeah, thanks. And that's what I want to tell them. I promise you, whenever I meet them, I want to tell them that I hope they realize that all the stuff they've done for y'all, and that I really want them to realize that. Like, that's exactly what I want to do when I meet them. Be like, I've done so much with this fandom. I hope you realize that. Like, you've saved so many people from like death and like doing crazy things. And I know we all do crazy things sometimes. But I feel like I'm talking really quiet, so I'm really sorry. Like, my mom's home with sister and everyone, so I don't want to yell or talk loud, which I usually do. And yeah, just thanks for following me, and thanks for congratulating me, and hopefully now follow me. I'm glad people's OTP, aka, if you don't know what OTP is, once you're pairing, yes, please learn the words, got realized and are now happy that Niall noticed me, because a lot of people OTP me with him. You're cool if you do. And yeah, oh my gosh. And yeah, just thanks, and hopefully One Direction and 5 Seconds Summer will come back, and I'll meet a lot more of you. I'm really weird, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't really know what to do now. I'm so weird, I'm sorry. I feel like I ramble. I need to stop. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna end this before it gets worse. Bye!